Blog Talk Radio.
Are you looking to make your next event sizzle? Then you want to get in touch with Lee Entertainment. Mark Lee, the founder of Lee Entertainment, has worked with such notable festivals as the Art of Cool, the National Black Theater Festival, the Bull Durham Blues Festival, and the Durham Centerfest, as well as the Festival of the Eno. And it definitely can provide you with some great entertainers as well as help you make your event sizzle if you're looking forward to trying to have an event in your town. Mark Lee is willing to travel anywhere in this country to make your event sizzle and has entertainers that are also willing to travel as well. So if you're looking for quality entertainment, definitely get in touch at bluesradio@gmail.com.
Bass players, best thing you can do for your overall sound. You've got to see this. New Basstone Incorporated makes Nightwalker bass guitar tube preamps. This preamp will give your sound such a boost, it's just incredible. Try it today. Try it today now. A great sounding bass guitar will make for a great sounding band. Make your band sound at its best. Best thing you can do for your bass guitar sound. NewBassTone.com. NewBassTone.com.
Hey guys, wanna get rid of that cable bill? How about getting a streaming media center? You can watch live TV, pay-per-view, all of the premium cable content, all of the sports channels, and every movie ever made. Pay for the box once, with no monthly fees, ever. Contact Dean 13 Media at 609-807-1175.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are back once again. It is the last Monday in November. Time keeps moving on, and we keep rolling right with it. It's the six-man Dean Geronimo, and as always, from NJ to NC, I'm in the studio with my partner in crime, my man Mark Lee. So, Mark, what's good in your neck of the woods, bruh?
Well, everything's really good. Still trying to recover from all of that good eating during Thanksgiving. There was just way too much good food being served by my younger brother, my mom, other family members. So, I'm just trying to deal with all that fine eating and all that good eating that was going on Thanksgiving. And, of course, we all had to watch sports. My brother was quite a happy camper since his Chicago Bears managed to win a game on Thanksgiving, and they did it after they had beaten, I believe, my Vikings 4 days ahead of time. So they won, I think 3 games in 11 days and are comfortably ahead in their division. So that's definitely what's going on in his world, because he's a big-time Chicago Bears fan. So we had that going on, had a little bit of discussion about family matters and politics and things of that nature. So, this is what happens when family gets together. We just had a good old time and enjoyed each other's companies. And, of course, people are going through health things as well. So, of course, there's conversations about what was happening on this person's health or that person's health, or who was being treated where and things of that nature. So, you get all kinds of stories during family outings, but definitely had a good time. And, of course, you get time to reflect on past times. So we went back into, I believe, my high school days, my college days, and all kinds of other days as we reflected on the years that had passed on during the course of the many decades that I've been around and everything. So it was definitely a good time. And then on Saturday I came back, as we always say, the hate time has got something jumping all the time, and I saw a bunch of great tap dancers. I mean, they were doing dance steps, and I was sitting to myself, I'm like, if I tried that, I would be broke up like some of those football and basketball players, because it wouldn't take much, I'd twist an ankle, twist the feet, something would be wrong that I could not do all those movements that they were doing. But Gene Medlin, who I'm hoping to get on the show in the very near future, is the founder of this company, and he founded 35 years ago. This company has been going on teaching our youth about tap dancing for 35 years. He definitely uses it as a tool to help them learn about education and to become great productive citizens. As a matter of fact, one of his staffers, because they had a couple of guest staffers, but one of them is a young lady that has got her own company up around your neck of the woods. She's got a company up in New York, Michelle Dorrance. I believe I'm pronouncing the name right, but I told her about the podcast, and she's a UNC graduate, and she was like, yeah, I'd be interested in getting on the show. So it's like I say, anytime I mention the podcast, folks are very much interested in it. I had a conversation earlier today with a gentleman I met, I guess, about 2 weeks ago at one of the poetry events, and he was telling me that he's going to have us on his network. We are now going to be a part of the Skyhawk Network. So we're going to be up there with some R&B DJs and some jazz DJs and all kinds of other DJs. And I did tell him to give us a call and told him to get us some drops. So hopefully in the very near future, we'll be getting some drops from them, letting them know how much they love us and everything. But we are definitely going to be part, it looks like, of the Skyhawk Network.
Indeed, and you know we love you back. We appreciate everyone at the Skyhawk Network for allowing us to be a part of their family, which now becomes our family. So we definitely appreciate it. One thing I wanted to say was prayers to the family of Atlantic Fitzgerald Bradford Jr. That was the young brother, the veteran, that was gunned down in the mall on Thanksgiving Day. Now, he had a right to carry his firearm, but the police assumed that he was a gunman, and they had to later on come out and admit that, you know, he was not. But the way they tried to word it, you know, they tried to say, well, we may think he may have been a part of it. And I don't believe for a minute that that was the case. I believe that that was some poor training and some bad reaction. And unfortunately, the young brother lost his life. So prayers to his family. In other news, the Indian police, the country are having a hard time with getting that body of John Allen Chu, who got lit up by them arrows when he showed up uninvited on North Sentinel Island trying to, quote unquote, spread the word of Christianity. So one thing I would say, you know, we got listeners all over the world. Y'all might want to leave his body where it is, because those inhabitants of that island have already shown you they don't want any outsiders there. Leave them alone and let them be. So, unfortunately, he went over there. He had good intentions, but they said no soliciting, you know what I mean? So, hey, it happens, you know. Also,
it does happen. And what? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
And while we're praying for folks, you know, ICE is definitely doing a lot of crazy things, and they actually went and grabbed I believe it was a minister, but he was actually staying in one of those sanctuary churches. They actually went and grabbed him and are trying to deport him. There have been a lot of actions, people that are trying to help him as well as those that were there to send him. So we definitely have to keep him in our prayers as well, because you know, these things are very real with our brothers that are of the Latin American community. And he was actually, if I understand it, they grabbed him from the sanctuary church. So, I mean, how do you dare? That's because, like you talk about coming into somebody's house, they are providing sanctuary, and y'all going to come and grab him. And apparently, from what I'm hearing from some people, it might have been some serious case of some entrapment going on as well. So, you know, they're trying to send him back, even though he was trying to do what you're supposed to do correctly and go to these sanctuary facilities. But ICE being what ICE is, they went and grabbed this man, and a lot of people are doing actions to try to get him to be able to stay here with his family and not have to go back to a country that he had escaped from and that he was trying to get, like I said, sanctuary from. So a lot of things is going on. We've also got that caravan that is coming from, I believe, coming through from Mexico, but through Honduras or something like that. And that caravan, I understand, is actually right near the border, and there might even been some people trying to get across as recently as either yesterday or today. So all of these people are definitely need to be in our prayers and in our thoughts as they are trying to be correct in how they're handling things. But it's just a shame. And then, you know, we had this fool during Thanksgiving that talked about that he was thankful for, I guess, his family, his life, and for all that he had done for the country. You know, some of the people in my dinner were about ready to choke on their meal when they heard that comment coming across, that he was thankful for what he had done. And I also understand that he gave a quote somewhere along the line that he complaining about all the money he had lost by being president. And as one of my family members, or maybe it was a close friend, said, we got a real good solution for that. You know, if you want to resign and go back to making your money, we will have no argument with you whatsoever.
Right, just quit. You know, we'll be thankful when you leave the 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But I'm going to leave that alone right now. What I do want to do, though, is give a salute to Laura Wooten. She's 97 years old. She's been an election worker every year since 1939, right here in New Jersey. She's never missed an election, and she still works part-time at Princeton University. So, hey, salute to her. And 97, she's been a poll worker for all of these years. So you're talking about 79 years without missing a single election. That says something. That says to us, those that come behind her, that there's really no reason why we shouldn't have our voices heard. It's going to be difficult, but anything worth having is also worth fighting for. So we got to get out there and keep that tradition and take that baton and run with it. And we got to keep going and keep fighting. It's never been in our favor, but if we keep pushing, we can make some changes, you know?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes the changes come from the most unusual places. Eddie Davis, who was a good friend of me and my family, actually was in the news today because he actually had a very interesting quote. He wanted to know whether the history of a mostly forgotten governor from Reconstruction should be used to teach people today about the intersection of race and politics. Eddie Davis, a former teacher and politician known as Durham's historian, says Saturday at an event he organized in Raleigh to honor the 200th birthday of William Woods Holden. Holden, as governor from 1868 to 1871, led North Carolina's ill-fated efforts just after the Civil War to create a society where black and white people will be treated as equal. So he was trying to do that back in 1868. Just halfway into his term, Holden was and then removed from office by white supremacist politicians in the state legislature who opposed his efforts to imprison members of the Ku Klux Klan. He was the first U.S. governor to be removed from office, and even now, nearly 150 years later, state leaders have not yet fully apologized. The North Carolina Senate formally apologized in 2011, but the North Carolina House of Representatives still has not and should, Davis said. It's one thing the former Durham City Council member says he'll be watching in the next year when the legislature returns to Raleigh for other more routine business like passing a new budget and redrawing unconstitutionally gerrymandered election districts. So he said that this would be a great way for us in 2018-19 to show that we have bipartisan support for unity, for freedom, and for justice. So it's interesting that this man was trying to do this stuff all the way back, like he said, back in 1868. So we're talking more than, more than 150 years ago.
Oh, man, that's 150 years right there. And he had the foresight to fight for these things, and some people don't have the foresight to see next week. That says a lot, man. We got to change some of the things that we do, some of our modes of behavior, some of our ways of interacting with each other. You know, we have to look at all of those things and say we're going to make a change for our betterment, and then it may change a culture.
Right. We definitely have to do that. Yeah. We have to find ways that we can change for making things better and making things stronger for us.
Oh, yeah,
now,
we have to.
What do you think about these people that do not want, even though she's been in office forever and she definitely knows how to handle the Republicans and other people that might be there, but there's some folks out there that apparently don't want Nancy Pelosi to reclaim the job that she used to have, and that she definitely kept things straight, as best I could tell. But it's going to be interesting. I was wondering what you think about this push against some people to try to get Nancy Pelosi not to have the job of Speaker of the House.
You know what? They probably figured she wasn't a part of their team. So when you're not a part of their team to push their agenda, and when you have that mindset to say, hold up, we need to go and look at this, or no, we can't do that, or yes, we should try this. But see, when you add those things in, people don't want, they want to go along to get along. And I don't think she went along So now they're like, you know what? Nah, we don't really want to deal with this again because we know